Welcome back to the Voice of Metal, where we talk about all things metal, or the people of metal, the people behind the music. That's what it's really all about. That's what this channel is going to be about. Unfortunately, I have not yet had enough subscribers. So, one thing I need from all of you out there that are watching, please like and subscribe, because that way, if I get enough people, they'll take me really seriously. Like if I get to say, hey, I've got an audience of 1,000 people that want to get to know you personally, and I would love to have you on. That's what this is all about. So I appreciate each and every one of the people that have subscribed, that still have stuck with me throughout the thick and thin of this. Also, don't forget to like as well. But before I move on to what I'm going to be talking about tonight, before 2024, is that I would like for each one of you to check out Carla's page for her. Because, like I said, even though she's in a metal band, and yes, a lot of people probably think they all make lots of money and this, that, and the other, which I don't believe that's always true. They still have bills to pay, and they usually, put on concerts, and, they have a lump sum of money that they kind of have to stretch throughout the entire time before they play again, and they probably get some money here and there from royalties from their, like, money from albums or streaming services, but which is not that much, by the way. So I did talk to somebody that was one of the things that got me intrigued on doing this in the first place, is to find out about some of this stuff, because it's rather interesting. I think what's her name, Emily from September Morning, was saying that they don't make as quite as much on the streaming as you think they do, which is kind of pretty sad. So, with that said, she was having this is for Carla. She was having an operation on her eye that she had detached from her retina. Yeah, I think so. She needs to had it. I'm assuming she's already had the operation, but I'm not certain. But to help with those bills, because she has no health insurance, she is trying to do some artwork, this, that, and the other, so she can sell to make some money to help pay for some of that. So if you guys could check out, well, that way, check out the QR code and scan that for me, and check out some of her artwork. She's got some really great stuff, and she's very phenomenal musician and artist. Well, I should say singer, but she does play musical instruments as well. I've seen that, and plus she also had a guitar that actually I think one of the guys from that was actually opening for them actually had her actual original album from a pawn shop that he got, and she recognized it, which is kind of ironic. But anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. Small world after all, maybe. Who knows? Just like a lot of other things, that even though that somebody's in a rock band doesn't mean they're too big or too great for an average person like me or somebody else. So Anyway, um, sorry about that. Ten, 10 heavy albums to hear before 2024, which is one of the topics that a friend of mine actually said I should check out. And I thought, what an interesting topic to portray before 2024 hits. And that, who knows, maybe I'll like some of these songs too. I don't know. I'm going to do my best to make sure that I get this one on a playlist for you guys, and try to add it to the channel. I've been kind of laxed on that, and a lot of other things on the channel, so I apologize. I've been caught up with different things in my life that keep, keeps me busy, but I'm still trying to make sure that I actually have this channel going the entire time. So we'll see what happens here. Now, so let's see if do you have numbers? No, they don't. So let's got an F for obituary here. That's interesting for their album. Anyway, I'm not sure if I'm going to read all what they have on the title. This is from Decibel Magazine. Megatron sword, might and power. I think that's how you say Megaton sword. Sorry. When I tallied up all my year and stats, this is the album I listened to the most. I guess is what the guy who wrote the article was talking about. Megaton sword are epic heavy metal bands from Switzerland. They basically, see here, truly hitting their stride like most releases from Dying Victim Productions. I guess that's who produces the album. Let's see here. Imprisoned by nostalgia, the riffs and memorable choruses don't stop until the album does. Amazing vocal performance filled with emotion and desperation, and yes, power, as the title promises. The song for song, this is a favorite album of the year. Interesting. I guess the song suggestion they have for that album is Power. So if you do check that out, check out Power. Apparently he liked that one a lot more than, well, I'm sure he liked the album itself, but, you know, who knows. Now this one, I have no idea how to pronounce it. It's the album and the band's name at the same time. It's Oromit. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let me see if I can get it. Make sure I can hear this. Whoops. Then my internet goes down. That figures. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It won't let me. Oh, come on. It's being stubborn, so I apologize. What the heck? So every time I highlight it, I'm not going to worry about it. It keeps going away. I can get the page up as soon as I do the... oh, you know what? That's probably a link to the page. Ornament. That's what I thought. But I want to make sure. This debut from Ornament, I guess this is a new band, I would assume. Spending in a 10-minute riff of bittersweet melodies and crushing passages. It is a lush and obviously heavy album. It was originally released on tape with Transylvania Recordings. Oh, one of my favorite underground labels. Funeral Doom requires patience and close attention. This album is well worth it. Familiar Spirits is the song they recommend. Ornament. Okay, well, and that's the album called Ornament too. And I don't know if this is a newer band or not. To be honest, I've never heard of them, so I'm not familiar with them. One of you guys out there might know this band. I don't know, so it'd be kind of interesting. This is another one. I have no idea. Oh shoot! I'm gonna run into the same problem here. I might not be able to pronounce this right, unless it's in the title somewhere. Nope. Okay. Scalopia. I don't know. But anyway, the title of the album is VM18. Italian death metal dripping with throwback horror. This is a grimy underground gem from Caligari Records. Perfect for fans of Mortaby Drape. God, there's some of these are so hard to pronounce because they're from other countries. That's probably why I can't pronounce them. The 5 stages of purification, okay, is the one they recommend from that album. So Scalopria, I think the Scoplia. You guys can poke fun at me later. That's fine. Make it in the comments. I have a hard time pronouncing words. I really do. Triumphator, The Storm of Walls is the next one. For metalheads that dismiss power metal as a goofy, nostalgic trip. Wait a minute, did I read that right? Oh, okay. I guess I did. Introduce you with Trumpster. Okay, these geek newcomers combine soaring vocals, medleys with a blackened element that grounds the album in blood, mud, and mud of battle. I am a sucker for the most this combo of epic metal, heavy metal, and snarling aggression. It is definitely a band to which in the new year to watch in the new year with, basically. And Thunderer is their suggested song for that album, so it'd be kind of, I guess that's our favorite. So I'm gonna have to definitely check these out and play them myself because I'm kind of curious about some of these. Because I've never heard of, like, I don't think any of these bands, so it'll be a new genre. I mean, not genre, but you know what I mean, new band to explore, and maybe I can kind of play off of that with other bands. Because I do know with like a lot of streaming services, when you like a band, you can do a discovery from another band per se. So you might kind of say, oh, something similar to this band or something similar to that band. So you never know. I might find somebody else that's kind of closely related to these bands and say, wow, these guys are good. These guys are good. It's like I said before, I'll say it again. If something grabs my attention without me focusing on it, that's the ones that really resonate with me more. And usually they're pretty powerful. There's something a little more unique, a little energetic, a little bit kind of unique and different from anybody else out there that sets their own groundwork for success. Basically, do something that nobody else has done. I think Roots does that very well because stuff from Sepultura, they've always done a really good job, at least with when Max and Igor Cavalera, I've said it right this time. Igor Cavalera, said Igor. Igor Cavalera, when they first started the band, and then it's kind of evolved with the other guys, which I'm sad to see that Sepultura is no longer going to be around. Which I have a feeling it has something to do with the Cavalera brothers actually re-recording some of their old albums with Cavalera Conspiracy. I could be wrong on that, but you never know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, right? Um, this one is Aura Slayer, the Thousand Petals, South Carolina, psychedelic sludge with a node to grunge and stoner boogie rock. That's interesting. King Volume Records released experimental, vibrant albums that push the boundaries of those adjacent genres. Oh, that's interesting. So the album cover is kind of unique too. So if you want the 420 buzz of Fu Machino and Torch Plus, the adventures and plus the adventurous spirit of Mastodon, look no further. Song called Monstrum, I guess how you pronounce that. Okay, so we'll see what happens here. I'm hoping maybe somebody will show up, but I don't know if even I'm on here. I don't know if you can even hear me. So I'm just gonna keep going. Eventually, I'm hoping to possibly. I'm thinking I might have to do maybe start off with a whole new hard drive, maybe a solid state drive, um, and put more storage on there. So for my programs, and then run all my other stuff off the other hard drives I have for games and things like that. At least to get it started, and then go from there to put it in a whole new system altogether. But we'll see. Or I might just have to build a whole new system and say the heck with it, scrap the whole thing, start over from fresh, Because I've done that before. I've really just basically reinstalled Windows and reinstalled all the programs I've had and made it better, So I don't have any bugs, I don't have any issues, I don't have any problems with whatever. Um, so we'll see what happens. So I'm sorry about it, and I apologize because I think even the recording is not doing that great. So it doesn't really make a difference whether I upload one or not because I've checked the recording and it sounds, yeah, it's still lagging. It's something to do with my system probably. One of nine is Eternal Sorcery, a melodic black metal that leads hard into an epic atmospheric befitting its token inspiration. If you love Dissension and preferred reading The Lord of the Rings or watching the extended Peter Jackson director's cuts with commercials on cable. Okay, listen to this ASAP. Okay, Moonlight Sacrifice is the song they recommend on it. Death Chant, Thrones is the album. The band isn't listed in Encyclopedia Metalum. Okay, I never heard of that site before, so I'll have to check that out too. And that's fine. Whether the songs are based more on rock or metal means nothing when the songs are this damn good. Uh, Easy, Writing Easy Records released this record. Oh, okay, that's a record company. So you know this is a heavy psychic smoke. But picture a Baronius with harmonized Thin Lizzy leads. And you're getting closer to what this party sounds like, huh? And the suggestion for this one is Thrones. I guess that's the same as the title. Wild Times from Nefarious. Oh, Wild Times is the band. Nefarious Intense, I think. You know what I mean, I think. Black Thrash is one of my favorite genres. Wild Times ride the same lawless Ohio highways as midnight. Okay, wait a minute. I'll ride the same lawless Ohio highways as midnight. Greasy and Gutter. Oh, okay. Midnight. I think that's the other band. The album succeeds in the strength of the songs, which are banger after banger. It's a killer offering of morbid and merciful records who have been bringing Midwestern heaviness to new ears for the past 3 years. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. New ears are always good. We always like that, right? And if you are new to metal and you like some suggestions, hey, check out the playlist. Check some of the playlists. I mean, I've got some pretty great stuff up there. I mean, some of them may be better than others. Some may not be so much your style. I'd like to do something like that where I have like a heaviness level. I get you started with the lighter stuff that most people like, and then kind of progressively go to super heavy stuff for those who are thinking, oh, I'll never listen to heavy stuff. Well, guess what? Trust me, once you get going, you'll never go back. It's kind of like eating hot sauce. You know, you got to take a little taste of something that's spicy, and then you kind of like it, and ooh, that sounds good. And you add a little bit more, and you add a little bit more, and you just kind of build on it. I think that's really cool. Valrin, this like Valdrin, I think that's how you pronounce that. Throne of the Lunar Soul. Interesting. Oh, this is another Ohio. So I guess my family members, right? Andrew, he is a very much a metalhead himself, and if he ever watches my broadcast, which I don't know if he does, I'm mentioning you on here, Andrew, so you know. He was talking about this. There's a lot of bands from Ohio, and some of the best music is coming from Ohio. Don't ask. Hey, I didn't say it myself. It's not my thing. So if anybody wants to argue at that point, it's not me. But the way I told him, so well, I guess to me the reason why that is that maybe there's nothing else to do in Ohio besides play metal music and listen to it. Who knows? But they're all small towns. I think that's where the metal. I mean, really, if you think about it, a lot of metal, bands and metal family people that listen to metal are very family oriented. A lot of places in Ohio are kind of like that. They're small towns. At least where I grew up, in Bryan, Ohio, which is where Spangler Candy Canes is, which unfortunately we can't get any Spangler Candy Canes that are made in Bryan. I haven't seen them at all. And we've been doing that for years for Christmas, which kind of blows, personally. So to me, it's like, it's a real drag. But anyway, with that, maybe the whole premise of the family of metal and some of the metal from Ohio could be possibly. I don't know. There are still some bigger towns like Fort Wayne, Cincinnati. Well, that's in Indiana. Toledo, Cleveland, um, Dayton is another fairly big one, but you never know. They probably still have the small town home hometown charm. There's a lot of places in the country that are like that too. So I can't say it's just Ohio, but you know. Anyway, another Ohio album from Ohio artist, but from the opposite songwriting approach. Epic black metal that feels like a quest. Valve Raven's metallic. I can't say. I'm gonna have to figure out how to pronounce that because I'm having a hard time to do that. Approaching to the genre creates numerous memorable moments along the journey. This album is well over an hour long. Wow, an hour long for an album? Let me think here. That's quite a bit. Yeah, because most songs are about 5 minutes. That might add up close to an hour. I don't know. And you won't regret this surrendering to it. Okay, the song suggestion is Vagrant in the Chamber of Night. Okay, here I think is the very last song for tonight. A sadistic force, Midnight Assassin. Now this is from the UK label Mercenary Press. Has been bringing upper crust metal, punk, and black metal thrash to the underground with some great records. The last few years, these Texan speed freaks have released a bunch of slice 'em up rippers. The past few years, Midnight Assassins is the nastiest one yet. That's cool. This is a rabid and raging blast of blasphemy for fans of Hellripper and Venom. Interesting, an early Sodom. Song Midnight Assassin is the actual song that they recommend listening to, which is the same as the title. So, there you go, folks. The top 10 must listen to albums before 2024. So you got to listen to those. Very, 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 very important. And I guess I have to do that too, I guess. Because my friend sent me the article. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to do that then. I'm going to have to put that as a playlist and then use the playlist to listen to whenever I get a chance to listen to the music before 2024, which we're not that far off. We're really close to that. So, as far as I'm concerned, we're pretty much almost there. We've only got a couple more days, and then it'll be 2024, and see, hopefully 2024 will be better for everybody out there, including myself, yours truly. And maybe certain things will happen in 2024. Maybe on Halloween. We'll see. I'm planning on that. I'm still banking on that, I don't care what anybody tells me. It's funny. I'm still looking. I'm still checking out different people. And yes, Clover, I think you're very nice too. But, you're not here, unfortunately. But if you got a hold of me, hey, do so. If anybody else out there wants to talk to me, more than welcome. I am single. Just saying. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to claim to be. And apparently I screwed up and made somebody mad at me, which I didn't intend to. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, it's not quite what I had intended, and it was kind of intended for somebody else too. They know who it is. They know what I'm talking about, so I don't have to go into any more details. But hopefully everybody else will not have the same issues and problems that I have, and hopefully you guys will have a better time. If you're a new band that wants to go out, basically get your career started in 2024, let me know. I would love to hear from you. I would love to get to know you as individuals. That's, like I said, that's what this is about. We're going to talk a little bit about the music. We may say, okay, this is the band. This is the album they're coming out with. Let's pick one of the songs that you think are really cool. Tell me a little more about it, right? Tell me what it's about, what it reflects in your life as an individual or the band. Maybe everybody resonates in the band with this song, because I think that's great. Because sometimes bands do kind of write songs together a little bit, where they kind of put their 2 cents in as far as the words go, the feeling behind the music itself, what makes it sound. Sometimes you kind of got to play off I think the lyrics too, to make it work. I think, I don't know. That's a good question. How do they do their writing process? That would be kind of cool. Do you start with the words first? Do you have kind of an idea what you want to do or the feeling of it? Because sometimes I think feeling in the music is a part of it, because each one has a unique thing where it moves you a certain way, um, on your feelings, your emotions, and the energy that it provides. It could be aggression, it could be happiness, it could be sadness, it could be not so bluesy like country, which reminds me, there is a female metal artist